What is good, everybody? Ross Jackson here with Canal Street Chronicles. Thank you so much for checking out our latest mock draft. Now, before you read on, let's go ahead and break down these first two selections together. So first, the Saints stand pat at number 24 and get an immediate impact defender in Oklahoma linebacker Kenneth Murray. Murray has some ideal size when it comes to being a linebacker in the NFL, 6'2", 241 pounds, but he moves about the field like a safety. Quickly recognizes play flow. He's able to find and shoot gaps with ease, and he's willing to take risks in that environment as well. Forces a ton of negative plays for the opposing offense. He displays promising pass rush ability in his time at Oklahoma, and also racked up 12.5 tackles for a loss in 2018 and 17 in 2019. So his ability to make plays in the backfield when it comes to run plays as well as screen plays, paired with his sideline to sideline speed that allows him to cover effectively in the intermediate passing game, would make him a great fit for the Saints defense. Now you take all of that and you add in a veteran linebacker on his side like Demario Davis, and a secondary that's expected to improve with the presence of Malcolm Jenkins that actually wasn't too bad off to begin with. Murray's a huge win for the Saints at number 24. Now up next, I personally find it hard to believe that the Saints are really just going to sit around between picks 24 and 88 and not do anything. So I decided to trade up. And in the trade, the Saints received an earlier third round pick at number 70. So they're going to move up 18 picks in a trade with the Miami Dolphins. And they're also going to gain number 246 in the 7th round. In exchange for this year's number 88, their original third round pick, and their original 2021 third round pick as well. Now remember, the Saints are in line for a third round compensatory pick because of the loss of Teddy Bridgewater in free agency, and they're up for another couple of compensatory picks as well, so it makes them a little bit more willing to move away from that original third round pick. Now by moving up to number 70, the Saints put themselves in position to grab one of the second tier wide receivers in this year's draft, and don't forget that the tier 2 guys in this 2020 draft would probably be top options in just about any other year. So the Saints select wide receiver out of Arizona State, Brandon Ayuk. At 5'11", 213 pounds, he fits the size profile for a Saints receiver, and his athleticism and length make him only that much more draftable. He ran a 4.5 flat in the 40-yard dash when it comes to the combine, and I know that's not extremely impressive, but you have to consider as well his explosive traits with a 40-inch vertical and a 128-inch broad jump combined with his 80-inch wingspan, and this guy is basically a human pterodactyl. While he's also been very effective down the field as a deep threat in 2019 with a 124.3 passer rating when targeted more than 20 yards down the field, it's also worth mentioning that he's been a threat in the short and intermediate passing game as well, and as a run after catch receiver. He had a 140.9 passer rating when targeted between 10 and 19 yards down the field, 241 screen yards, which is 8th in his class, and 10.9 yards after catch per reception. Not to mention that his 3.04 yards per route run are well above the league's average as well. So while he's not much of a slot receiver, that's okay. The Saints basically gain a receiver that can focus on lining up outside, while Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas continue to move around the offense. A receiving core with those three, plus hopefully a further developed Traquan Smith, a more involved Deontay Harris, and this is a wide receiver core that can really sort of challenge and rival any other in the NFL. Then you add in Alvin Kamara, Jared Cook, Taysom Hill, and Latavius Murray, and this is an offense that's reloaded and ready for another shot at the Super Bowl.